Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with a teenager, Jesse Ryan, who is sentenced to 6 months in prison, after committing a minor crime. After going through initial screening, he is taken to his cell, where he finds his cellmate extremely scared of people. While trying to get to know other inmates, Ryan later finds out that his cellmate is being sexually assaulted by a gang leader Dave and his henchmen. Distressed by his situation, he walks past an arms dealer Brendan Lynch, playing chess with another fellow, and points out an unseen checkmate against him. The same night, Ryan finds his cellmate sharpening a knife, which he explains is to defend himself against Dave. A few days later, as Dave and the gang try to take him again, Ryan saves him by picking a fight with him, while also inspiring Lynch with his presence of mind. After spending a few days in the solitary, he comes back to the cells, where Lynch warns him not to interfere in his matters again. Soon, his cellmate is assaulted again and attempts suicide, but Ryan finds out about him and informs the guards, who rush him to the hospital, while Ryan becomes Dave's next victim. Dave and the gang ultimately start following him, but Lynch intervenes and takes him to his cell, while his fellows Sterlo and Merv scare them off. In his cell, Dave warns him to be careful, and reveals that his improvised weapon, a toothbrush, is not enough to save him. Lynch offers to protect him during his time in prison, but in exchange for his help on the outside. Ryan is reluctant to accept the offer, especially after knowing about his escape plan, but Lynch still urges him to think about it before deciding anything. Soon after this meeting, Ryan is attacked by Dave again, but Lynch and his fellows come to his rescue, and kill Dave in the fight. 6 months later, Ryan is released from prison, and goes straight to a crime lord, Sam, where he delivers Lynch's message, in which he has asked him to include Ryan in the gang. Sam agrees, and gives him Lynch's suitcase as well as an apartment at the beachside. After settling into his luxury apartment, Ryan opens the suitcase and finds Lynch's clothes, a few fake passports with his name, and a gun. Soon, a young woman named Tasha arrives, and hands him some cash and a cell phone, while advising him to keep it on, so he can get further messages from Sam. On Sam's instructions, Ryan later meets a guy named Wilson, and buys illegal firearms from him, while Wilson also teaches him how to use the weapons. Beginning his work, Ryan hires a helicopter for a scenic tour over a city, but forces the captain at gunpoint to change its course to the prison. Meanwhile, Lynch makes necessary preparations, and holds an officer hostage, while forcing the others to open the gates. Ryan soon arrives and pulls them out of the prison, during intense shooting from both sides. The group later continues their escape in car, and eventually visits Sam at his estate, where he congratulates Lynch for his successful escape. During their meeting, Sam and Lynch plan a grand gold heist, expecting to make millions. During the party the same night, Ryan spots Tasha and follows her to the poolside, while Lynch and Josh watch him. Ryan tries to talk to her, but Josh teases him and throws him into the swimming pool. Tasha quickly realizes he can't swim and takes him out, while everyone else makes fun of him. Uncomfortable with the situation, Ryan leaves the party, but Tasha offers him a ride, and takes him to a Chinese restaurant for dinner. While talking to him, she assures him she is not in a relationship with Sam, and also reveals being an illegal immigrant in the country. The next morning, Lynch scolds him for leaving without letting him know, and warns him not to lose his focus because of Tasha. Lynch and Ryan visit the facility they are planning to rob. Lynch assigns him the task to access the storage room, and to make sure that none of the employees are able to press the emergency alarms to alert anyone. While explaining the plan, Lynch also warns him he might get shot if he loses his attention for a mere second. For the next step, Lynch meets a rally racer, Chris, and recruits him as their driver who will help them escape after the heist. Back at Sam's mansion, as the group finalizes the plan, there is a conflict between Josh and Ryan, who pick up a fight against each other, but Lynch interrupts and sends Ryan away to calm his nerves. Ryan goes downstairs to the bar, where he finds some customers harassing Tasha, and scares them off with his gun, but she gets angry with him, thinking if they inform the police, she might be deported. After apologizing to her, Ryan invites her over for a coffee, and she decides to meet him near his apartment after finishing up her shift. Tasha visits him, but gets into the water, while Ryan hesitantly follows her. He shares his fear of water, telling her that he once almost drowned, and could never learn how to swim. She tries to cheer him up and they make out in the water. After waking up the next morning, Tasha gives him her necklace, while telling him it's a good luck charm, but also has the secret message that things might not be as they seem. She also tells him that he should not trust her, because she might be secretly working for Sam and trying to win his confidence. In response, he tells her that none of this matters to him, because he is planning to leave with his share after the heist, but wants to take her with him. She does not believe he will be able to get rid of Sam, but Ryan still advises her to pack her bags. The heist begins, and the gang members disguised as employees make it through the security with their fake IDs. After getting inside the premises, Lynch sends Ryan inside the gold room through the ventilation duct, while he dismantles the security cameras. Lynch, Sterlo and Josh enter the quarry and attack the security officer, before locking him into a room. The group eventually breaks into the room, where Lynch asks Josh to keep an eye on the employees, instead of supervising the gold pouring as per their initial plan. Offended by his behavior, Josh shoots an employee in the leg, but Lynch gets angry with him, and breaks his nose, hitting him with the gun's handle, before forcing the employees to shift the melted gold to the bars. After packing the bars into their bags, the group leaves the facility pretending to be employees, but opens fire on the police, before leaving with Chris. As the police begin to chase them and keep on shooting, Sterlo gets hit in the stomach and starts bleeding. Chris incarcerates 2 police vans, and finally takes them to a safe place, but Sterlo succumbs to his injury. They meet Sam and hand over the gold as per plan, while intending to get their shares later. Seeing Josh's condition, Sam argues with Lynch for going against the plan, but Ryan interrupts them by asking what to do with Sterlo. After Sam leaves with Josh, Ryan and Lynch set the car on fire with Sterlo's body inside, and push it off the cliff. Meanwhile, one of Sam's henchmen visits Tasha at her apartment, and after finding out about her packing, tells her that plans have changed, and neither she nor Ryan would be able to leave now. He soon attacks her and tries to strangle her, but Tasha fights back and escapes the apartment. She quickly sends a message to Ryan, and discloses that Sam set them up. After finding that the apartment has been surrounded by the police, Lynch calls Sam to confront him, but he refuses to recognize him. Finding no other way, Lynch retrieves his hidden stash of money, and tells Ryan they will be leaving for Melbourne, where Sam has plans to meet his partners. Ryan also reserves a seat on the same train, where Tasha soon joins him before they leave. Upon arriving in Melbourne, Lynch meets his informer, and seeks information about Sam's secret meeting in exchange for money. At their hotel, they watch the news, learning that the police are blaming the heist on Lynch and Ryan, and have asked people to report if they find them. While listening to the news, Lynch asks Tasha to post some money to Sterlo's wife, but as she refuses to do it, he slaps her, which angers Ryan, who picks up a fight with him. After a while, Lynch gives him a lecture, asking him to find his strength if he wants to survive in this dark world of crimes. Meanwhile, Tasha, who is out to get some food, is being followed by a stranger. Upon coming back, she overhears Lynch asking Ryan to give her some money, and disappear once this is all over. Tasha gets offended thinking they might betray her. Ryan follows her outside and tries to explain, but she does not believe him anymore, and angrily walks away. As they argue, the stranger breaks into the hotel room to get to Lynch. He is revealed to be Sam's fellow, but Lynch offers him a share of the gold, and convinces him to side with him. The next morning, Ryan and Lynch get to the meeting place, where with the help of their new mate, they kill most of the gangsters and kidnap Josh. Lynch tries to interrogate him about the gold location. Josh refuses to reveal anything, but as they torture him by keeping him in the freezer, he eventually discloses the information about the gold, which Lynch and Ryan retrieve from a storage unit. Changing their get-ups, they go back to Sam's estate and kill him for his betrayal. Lynch takes Ryan with him, and buys a boat to leave the city. When they begin sailing away, Lynch points his gun at Ryan, and offers him $350,000 to leave, as he can't take him with him any further. Although disappointed, Ryan tells him Lynch does not have the money. Realizing something, Lynch rushes to check the gold, but finds that Ryan has already taken it from him. Ryan now offers him half of the gold as his share, and forces him to obey, otherwise, Tasha, who is revealed to be with Ryan, would call the police. Tasha explains how they came up with the plan, and replaced the gold with some scrap iron. Offended, Lynch pushes Ryan off the boat, but soon pulls him out and saves his life, while Tasha watches them. Lynch tells him he is an idiot for not running away with the entire gold, but Ryan says he could not do it to him. Ryan then leaves, while promising to send his share soon, and rejoins Tasha at the beach. A few days later, a stranger recognizes Lynch, and snitches on him to the police, resulting in his rearrest. He is sent to prison, where he receives a letter from Ryan, who has told him the location of his share, and sent him a picture of pregnant Tasha, to inform him about their successful relationship. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.